Shift is about to get real, so I need you to come fully open, willing, and ready today to take accountability and responsibility for you and your journey. And today we're going to talk about the twin flame journey, what is next in that, and where are you at in that. So stay tuned because this video is for all of you, and I want to know where each of you are at in your journey. Hello, fellow flames. In case we haven't met, my name is Dr. Harmony, and I will help you live fearless, live loved, and live free. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know when all my videos and content come live on a weekly basis. I want to talk to you today about where you are in your twin flame journey so you can take a look and see what is next for you. So I want you to make sure that you are fully present to watch this entire video. And so right now, pause and go get you something to drink. And I want to know where you are in your twin flame journey. Are you still trapped inside of the twin flame obsession and feeling like you're still connected to that one person that's got you sucked in, that's sucking the life out of you and spinning wheels going nowhere, but you're investing all your time, your energy, your life into this person that is devaluing you and not allowing you to come into the wholeness of who you are from a standpoint of bringing love into form because you haven't loved yourself enough to move forward? Or are you still in that gap where you're stuck on this potential possibility of one person, but you know you need to move forward? But moving forward has been such a nightmare that it has you feeling like you're pulled into pieces and pulled apart. And there's part of you being pulled one way, the other part being pulled another, that has you completely freaking exhausted. Or maybe you are the person that has went through this journey. You have found love for yourself. You regained your power. You feel like you've moved beyond that person and maybe even experienced the journey again with someone else. But at the end of the day, you're ready for you. You're ready for what is next for you. And you're coming into a place of power, but still not materializing what you desire into your life. The reason I started this and said, shift is about to get real. I mean, technically it really means shit is about to get real. And what that means is that we're in a universal timeline that has collectively shifted, that is basically vacuuming us into one way or another, whether we're going to stay stuck or whether we're going to go forward. And so I've seen this so much with myself and also with clients that I felt really guided to kind of pause between series that I just did, the Self-Love Makeover series, which, by the way, if you've not got plugged into that, make sure that you get plugged into that 10-day Self-Love Makeover that also has my free ebook, which is Self-Care is Not Selfish. So make sure to get plugged into that ebook and that makeover if you've not already done so. And going forward, stay tuned for my Fresh Start series that will be starting up in the next week or so. But in the meantime, I'm so excited that you are here today because this message I have for you today came in very strong and came in from a place of divine authority. I mean, I felt it like coming through me in a sense that the divine is really trying to get you, all of you, to wake up and get moving with your life in whatever that means. So I want to break down these three areas, and I don't care if you're in, say, the last one I'm going to talk about or the middle one. I want you to know that all three of the phases has to do with you in one form or another, because I want you to realize we are still past, present, and a future person that is navigating this journey. So we're constantly, as we evolve, we need to reflect back on how far we've came or revisit certain things to maybe dot an I, cross a T, collect another part, and even come into more wholeness and more power. So regardless of what stage you are in, every part of the stage I'm going to talk about is for you. So again, make sure to stay tuned and listen to this. because I honestly don't even really know fully what is going to come through, because this was not planned. This literally dropped in just a little bit ago, and it just came through me in a way that it might sound forceful or very direct, but it's because it is. It's time to shit or get off the pot with this journey. And it's going to be that real and blunt about it. Let's start with, if you are still stuck in the twin flame obsession, which, by the way, if you are, I'm going to have a link for you below to get plugged into my twin flame detachment series, if you've not already done that, because it is time for you to really come into this place that you need to choose you. And you need to come into your own power, and that to realize that being hung up on this one person is an addiction that is the mirrored reflection of your own addictions that you need to face within you, so you can surrender the sides of yourself that you're hanging on to. When you feel like you're hanging on to this person, it's yourself you're hanging on to. And so take a look at where you are or where you've been in that. And even if you've done it before, do another revisit of, what is it in myself that I see in that person? So when you don't like what is going on around you or with your twin flame, or how they're acting, how they're treating you, know, and I'm sure you do know, that that is a reflection of you. However, if it's still happening, then something is off. If you're still going through this, something is off. You need to really step up and stand up in your own power. And that's where the split's happening universally right now. You will be ripped apart if you do not know that it is your choice to pick up and move forward. Okay? If it was meant for you to be with a person, and I'm going to tell you also, this is only a personal choice. I'm not here to tell you what you really should or shouldn't be doing. And this is definitely not relationship advice, but this is from experience for myself and the clients I've worked with, that I personally, every time this has happened to me, I did actually go into and had the full experience, which you've noticed even in my Twin Flame Codebreaker book and all the videos I've done. I had a real experience with someone that was pointed to be my twin flame. But they were not the highest version of me, but they were what got me to this journey and basically ushered me across the finish line from my chiropractic world into this world. Now that is a soul contract, and that was a catalyst that helped me get that done. And what I can tell you is, I know for a fact where I'm at now, I'm being on the other side of that had I hung on, I would have been being held back, is the point. So you're being held back by hanging on. And I don't care if it is the one you're to be with or not. The point is, you have to come in to this place in yourself of knowing that you're going to move forward on your own and stand united and empowered within yourself before you can have the person to begin with. So you really have to surrender the outcome. You really have to surrender the journey. And you have to know that regardless of that person, you're going to have what you want. And people get so stuck on the idea that this one person can only give me what it is I need or what I want, or I can't have this with another person. And know that I've been through this with a revolving door of people that have all been a twin flame experience. Okay, so the journey of itself and the experience in itself is going on inside of you for you to find you. And it's time for you to make a choice, because this energy right now will help you make the leap into you if you will decide and choose you. So at the end of the day, I think what I'm telling you here, if you're in twin flame obsession, it's time to choose you. It's time to move forward. Otherwise, you're being sucked in a vacuum that is sucking you under and sucking the life out of you, and you don't need to be there anymore. Okay, so let's talk about the idea now of the second option that I mentioned. You realize you need to move on. In some ways, you have surrendered to the idea you need to move on, and you've been finding self-love within yourself, and you've been making progress. But every time you get moving forward, you get tethered back. And each time you dig yourself out of that pit and the next level, yourself that you're bringing in, then you go deeper into the hell. And so just know that has been necessary up to this point for you to be able to again find yourself, to shed the side of yourself. But at this point, the tether is also you holding on to a deeper corded level that you're still creating the tether. The tether is not coming from this universal connection that's sucking you back in. It's you allowing yourself to be sucked back in. And it is making you exhausted, creating chaos inside of you. It is causing you to feel frustrated. It's not allowing you to be able to live and be who it is you came here to be. And it's going to prevent you from operating at your fullest, highest capacity and experience what it is you want, even though you're experiencing a taste of it by feeling what it's like to love yourself. So I would also invite you in that space to make a conscious choice to move beyond this vacuum, this tether that is holding you back from becoming who it is you want. And that is also, just know, when universal signs come, they are real in one sense, okay? But they're coming from a place of you also being now the co-creator in the vortex that is sending out the signals, that's creating the projection, that's causing the reflection to show up, to magnetize your own experience through your own vibration and your own energy. And that is something to say about this right here, is we are becoming all one and into a collective pool. And because we are coming together as a universal collective oneness, in this energy of oneness, it is making it harder and harder to tell who is or who isn't like a twin. It's like splitting a hair, especially if you're having multiple people show up. And the reason they are showing up multiply that way is because every one of them is a reflection of you, and you're finding that within yourself. And so I've always said in all of my videos that in order for you to experience a twin flame journey, you're having the journey inside. The journey is in you. And when you stop tethering inside and get clear inside and know what you desire inside and commit to what you want inside, and you choose to take action every day towards what you desire, and you become what you desire by embodying who it is you want to be with, then you're going to create within your life that which you desire, which is going to give you what you want. But you have to become it. And it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't even matter that it's the one person. This is the same concept for your purpose, your career, if you're in a career, your family. It all equals the same thing. So make a conscious choice and decision that you're choosing yourself. So it's the same answer here. You're choosing yourself, and you're choosing to get clear and invest in you and make a conscious choice to move forward, because the universe will support you moving forward. And when you reach that level of opening up to being and allowing these people to come in to be your mirrors, they're actually going to be the ones that help you dot the I's, cross the T's in soul contracts. Not complete crap anymore, but literally play out the new ways you want and give you the opportunity. I was just talking to a client the other day that is started dating on a dating site, and she went out on a date and he wasn't what she wanted. And I won't go into the details of that, but the bottom line is he messaged her later, said had a great time and, look forward to doing it again. Well, she didn't have a great time. And it wasn't who she wanted to be with. And she instantly knew, and she had been somebody that had been addicted to men her whole life. She got the opportunity then when he messaged to speak how she felt and to say and to choose herself and to let him know that it was not a great experience for her. And so this was the end of the road, but it was done very tastefully and very respectable. And he even commented back to her, getting his own lesson from what she had to tell him. He saw in himself where he was now missing in the dating world of what he needed to know to move forward to date somebody more compatible with him. Okay. So one of the things I have to tell you in this is that a long part of this journey, I was stuck on every revolving door. It's like, okay, is that the one? Is that the one? And what is that the one? Literally to realize what I'm telling you without doubt and without, hesitation. I knew I was the one, and that when I became the one, I would attract the one, which I had came so close and was becoming into that last year that I could taste it, feel it when I was doing the Calling in Love video and all of that. And that opened me up to receive the one. And so now with that being said, that's a whole journey in itself that we'll talk more about as things unfold, and him and I in our journey, our navigation, our experiences. But what I can tell you from experience in union, and I won't even say union is in self and reunion is with beloved, is we know that we're to be together. And we also know and could both tell you that if it were not for us having the skills and tools and we're being so strong within ourselves, we would never be able to do the dance together. So if you can't do this dance where you're at right now, you will not be able to do it with whoever you think it is, and that's not to say it's not, but you have to let go and move on and be open and be so intent in this journey that regardless of that person or not, they are not getting my power. They're not sucking me dry. And you have to be in so much power that you move forward. So that leaves me to the third option here that you may be experiencing, which you could be experiencing all three of these and paralleling them all at the same time, because nothing is one dimension. However, you might be the person that has literally came into more power. You're moving forward. You've came into self-love. You've been personally empowered, but you're still not materializing the love of your life or your passion connecting to purpose and the mission. But you still are at a place that feeling stuck, like you've hit a ceiling and you're not breaking through to the next level. Okay. And this is where I keep talking to people about next levels. And I don't care where you are in the journey, even in all three of these, we're all going to a next level. And this is how we move from, say, one to the next. But the key in this to know, the reason why this is coming through so strong, and I'm just now kind of feeling this, and I've said this before, but the universe is supporting us in this quantum leap. And Julian and I have been talking about this, how the root systems have been building forever. And then overnight, the bamboo shoots up 3 to 4 inches. Like overnight, you finally see what you've been doing. And so from a collective consciousness and divine innate intelligence of this universal awakening and this whole planet that's ascending, we are now at this place that there's enough energy that will give us a lift and a boost. So think of this energy as you're trying to climb up over a ledge, and you're climbing up and you're trying to get over like a fence or something really high though. And think about somebody like Julian's really tall, so he could do this for me. So he has done this for me. Like he is technically literally exactly what I'm about to tell you. And I didn't even know this was going to be part of it. I'll share with you what that means in a minute more, but like giving me the boost and helping me over. Okay, so this is happening universally. So lifting you up, and that is easier than you're trying to climb up, right? And now that you get that boost of energy coming in from the universe and potentially your beloved, or if you're open to support whoever that is in your life that represents an opportunity for you to feel supported, then it's helping you move forward faster, further, because it's a lift up. And you don't have to do any work to get there. And that's why this is so important, so I invite you to choose to get lifted up. Now, here is the key in that. You may not know what that next step is, okay? But the key is you have to say yes to it before it will ever magnetize or materialize into your life. And this is where this is coming into what I've been calling a quantum realignment. of coming back into the true north inside of yourself that is the blueprint that carries all the innate intelligence and wisdom that you came here to embody and you came here to bring into form and be the vessel for. This wants to birth out of you. So if you've not been receiving the support you need, it's because you're not willing to accept or allow it on some level. So I invite you in that place to look at, where am I not receiving? And why am I not receiving? And I'll tell you one reason why. And the biggest reason why. Because your heart's closed off and you're still stuck on the past, the stories, the experience, and you got yourself closed off to the point that the stories are running in your head and keeping you in a limited mindset, holding you back. And you need to be shifting into a quantum level of quantum thinking, quantum feeling, quantum connection to the divine, quantum ability to manifest, move to the next level in your life, love, and your livelihood. And so now I'm going to tell you what I was going to tell you about Julian, because it's coming back in, and I don't know how it exactly relates to this, but I think I might by the time I finish. So he was asking me the other day, or talking to me about how, because he's been noticing in my book, or I'm sorry, my card deck, and I'll just show you now. It's coming for those of you that have ordered it. It's anytime, I don't know, but it's coming. But in here, it talks about the generator and the electric. So there's a card, I'd had this out if I knew this was coming through, but there's a card in here that's the generator supplies the energy and is the root system to help nourish and to grow the energy, okay? And then you have your electric, which is the trees and the branches, and that's gathering all the oxygen, and that's creating the beauty if it's an ornamental tree and all these things. But you cannot have this and the beauty or the expansion without the grounding and bringing into form and anchoring into Mother Earth. Right? So what I want you to know is that energy resides inside of you. And so not only is it inside of you, that you have to become your own generator and your own electric, meaning your own masculine and feminine have to come into some form of balance. And most of this is coming from the fact that your own inner masculine is not showing up, standing up, protecting yourself, especially if you're in your feminine role and you've maybe even let go of your feminine role. And this is what I also will tell you, a lot of us goddesses have moved from a shift from letting go of the control and being open for this, but we surrendered enough of our warrior energy that we are now thinking our warrior is going to show up and supply the total energy within the inner balance of our inner state. And that's not going to happen, because that balance in you has to stay intact. So you basically have to be your generator and your electric. And it's the same way in reverse for the divine masculine. However, when you do come into balance together, that role of that electric and that generator have to also equally match to create the whole system of the tree. And that takes an alignment process. Then there's a divine innate intelligence in it. And yes, that is a whole conversation in itself. I won't open up. I didn't say this, but if you do want to get a copy of this deck, there is a link below that you can still reserve it and get your copy. So regardless of where you are on this twin flame journey and what stage you're in on this journey for yourself, and also not sure where you're going or what is next, just know that the number one thing that I could teach you about anything that's on this channel is this journey is about you. And I challenge you in this energy of this new beginning, this fresh start, this quantum leap that we're all gifted right now. Choose you and choose to stand up, show up like that tree and be sturdy, tall, erect, and strong. And stay empowered, because it is not worth giving anyone that much of yourself. Okay? So Please let me know where you're at on your journey. Also, make sure to like, comment, and share the shine, and let me know what you would like to see more of, or what you would like me to talk more about, because I'm here for all of you in this bandwidth. This is the bandwidth I talked about for years, and there's a lot more coming that I can't wait to share with you. So may you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Namaste.